My name is Francisco Rodriguez, and I'm an attorney here at Catsaranos and Rodriguez. I'm making this video to speak about DUI cases. I have been a criminal defense attorney for approximately 21 years now, and I've defended every type of criminal allegation that can be made against a citizen. But one of the areas that we focus in is DUI cases. Now, a DUI is a very special type of case because it requires that the attorney have knowledge, not just of the law, the facts, but also of the science, because you must understand the process of alcohol within the human being in order to determine whether at the time of driving the person was actually impaired or not, as the government alleges. One thing I will note about DUI cases is that it is a very political crime. One of the things that I see in the system is that the government is ready and willing to negotiate, for example, a shooting where they look at the facts and understand the case a little bit better than they would a DUI. What I've seen in the system is that the system or the government is really focused on the number. Was it a .08? Was it a .12? Was it a .13? And depending on the number, that's how they determine what they're going to do with a case. Well, one of the things that I focus on is basically taking a look at the accuracy of that number. And we don't just say, hey, look, the government produced this number while you were, or after you were driving, and because of that, you're guilty, right? No, we take a step back and we look at two things. One is the apparatus or the instrument where your alcohol level was measured and how that instrument was employed and whether it was working properly. So what that entails is understanding the instrument itself, the problems that the instrument may carry, and the repair history, the maintenance history. But we don't stop there. There's one more important component to the overall analysis of the number to see if it's accurate, and that is you, the person, the human being, and what the alcohol is doing in the human being. When we take the instrument and then we plug in the human being and we combine them or join them together to achieve a number that instrument will read, and that can be either a breathalyzer on the side of the road, a breathalyzer at the jail, or it can be a blood test at the jail as well. But when we look at these things, you must, in order to understand whether the ultimate result is accurate, you have to know the instrument, you have to know the person and what the person was doing when they were tested, and then you can begin to give or render an opinion about the number. Now, what I see government doing is essentially just looking at the number and saying, hey, look, your client is a .12, what's there to talk about? Well, there's lots to talk about in many, many cases. One of the things that I say is that many innocent people get convicted, not because they were actually impaired, not because they were truly over a .08, but because the instrument at the time that it was joined with a human being was not employed properly at the time, and it gave a result that was not accurate. So if we're truly interested in protecting innocent people in our system, which has always been the cornerstone of the criminal justice system, then let's not just look at the number. Let's look at and do a full analysis of all of it and try to determine whether the person is truly impaired or over a .08. It is a lot more complex than what I'm explaining, but in essence, that is a layman's way of explaining it, or to try to comprehend the complexities of the whole case. We spend a lot of time on each case. We usually spend close to a year and a half sometimes working on cases. I've had cases that have lasted 5 years, believe it or not. And we do everything in our power to try to avoid the conviction. if we can. I mean, that is our job. That's what the Constitution gives you. the right to an attorney to defend you. Now, remember, we can't change the facts, we can't change the instrument, we can't change you. And if it was in fact that everything was working properly, the instrument, you, then the number could be reliable and there's not much that we can do then. So we talk about settlement at that point. But we don't get there ever until we give a full analysis to the two things that must be looked at in order to determine if the number is actually accurate. So if you have been arrested for a DUI, do give me a call. I'll be certain I can help you, and I'll be happy to do a full analysis with you of your case and work together to try to get the best result possible. I do also want to throw in here that the DMV will also take your license, and it is imperative that you call them within 10 days to set up a hearing so that you do not lose your license automatically. If you're interested in having our office defend you in court, please give us a call, 415-378-4133. My name is Attorney Francisco Rodriguez, and I can help. Thank you.